and welcome back. Last week we took a look at finding 3 chords on the ukulele that can lead you anywhere. This week we're going to focus a bit on the guitar, and I'm going to show you 3 cowboy chords. And I call them that because they're used in all kinds of country music. Super easy to play, access, and get into. So I'm going to teach you a couple of those. If you already got them down in your pocket, stay tuned because at the end I'm going to show you some of my favorite variations of them and some tips and tricks. So if you want to play along, grab something. Otherwise, stay tuned. Off we go. I do like talking about staying tuned, don't I? You don't really have to tune anything with that thing, do you? It just kind of goes. All right, we're back. First up, let's take a look at the G major chord. So just right to it. You take the 2 fingers and either your ring and pinky, you pick which one you want, land them on the fretboard. Now let's take a closer look and I'll show you slower. There are graphics for this, but sometimes it's just easier to see how the hand interacts with a real fretboard. And so let's play this really quick if you've got it. Such a nice chord. One more time. Never hurts to enjoy something. If you put the work to get the fingers there, we'll get a little something out of it. G major chord. Now, we're just going to jump straight into the next chord, a C major chord, which just simply put is like this. Let's take a quick look at it up close. All right, so talking it through, you have 3 strings you're pushing down, the A string, the 2nd string, 3rd fret with your ring finger. So get that first. I normally like to go top to bottom with this one. So that's how I'm going to go with you. But you could go bottom to top as well. If you already got this figured out, doesn't matter how you start. But we're going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, A string. And then the D string, 3rd string, you're going to take your middle finger, put that on the 2nd fret. So you go 1, 2, and you push down there. So you've got a step shape that's very, or shape, I call it a step shape because it kind of steps down, you know. And so it's very similar to G. You just kind of drop that part to here. We're changing our fingers up too, but just note that pattern. That'll be really critical later. And then take your pointer finger and you're going to drop it on the B string 1st fret. So B string, 2nd from the bottom. Normally the 1st color changing string, if that helps you. There's the wound ones, which kind of look kind of brassy usually, and then you're going to get these non-wound ones, which are a little bit more silvery looking. And so the B string's the 1st, usually silvery looking one. Not always, but usually. Anyways, back to it. You've got there. Give that a strum. Feel that out. Do it again. Note the difference in feeling from the G chord. It feels more grounded to me, maybe, you know, more stable, especially on the guitar, how it presents. All right, now let's just jump right into D. So if you're itching to get moving, we had our G chord, a C chord. Now we're going to take a look at a D, which simply put just goes like so. Get a little closer. All right, so talking that through, how we're going to have this is start with your pointer finger and go on that'd be a dog. The dogs are here. It's hot out here today, so they're in and out and panting. So you take your pointer finger and you put it on the E, A, D, G string, 2nd fret. So 1, 2. Then I would skip down to your middle finger and the high E string, or the bottom one, same fret. So 1, 2. And then you have this string in between, the B string's in between. So then it's real easy to take your ring finger and just put it down on the 3rd fret, right in front of and right between those other 2. So that's how I like to go in order if it's new to you. Let's hear that if you've got that. A little brighter, huh? On the guitar in particular, this chord seems a little happier to me than the other two, just a wee bit. Note the shift in shape, just how it's kind of like a triangle or an arrow shape, maybe. You got the point of the arrow and the two sides, and it's pointing towards the guitar body here. Um, and this is a really important shape in guitar. You can put it all over any strings. You can take that and just doop, let's try that one. You get kind of some odd sounds sometimes, but it's a really important shape. But to our D, that's where D is on the guitar. So let's go back to our G chord. Go to a C, and then a D. Yeah, very good. Now, I promised a couple tricks with these. What I would like to do, and this is something I always think is a great idea with guitar, there are so many options with how you can play and layer in sounds that it's always an easy tip to simplify by removing fingers. Just removing them. You don't need to know what you're doing. If you want to remove all of them, you can just do that, and that's a chord as well. But back to the G chord. So you had something at the top and something at the bottom. And a lot of times it's easy to use the guitar in two sections here. You got 3 strings at the top, 3 strings at the bottom. And so let's pay attention to that here for a second with the G. You got this and this. Let's just take off that bottom part. Nice and open. Now the nice thing with this, if you're kind of getting going and you want to be able to move between chords quickly, all you got to do to go to a C chord is these 2 fingers, drop them down 1 string. I'll do that really close for you. Yeah, so we're just, and then let's go down and give that a try. Oh yeah, it's kind of a nice. So going back and forth between a G and a C is really quite easy once you kind of get it set. The nice thing with this is it kind of makes what is sometimes really hard at the beginning, which is your fretting hand. It could be your right hand if you're a right-handed player, left-handed player. Regardless, the hand that's pushing down the frets or pushing down the strings to the frets doesn't have to move or change too much. So you can focus on your right hand or your strumming hand. It could be your left if you're playing left. And there you go. So G and a C. Now, if you're going to a D, what I like to pretend is that this finger is going to just swing. So it's going to swing all the way down to the B, and this finger is going to go down 1 string. So let's look at that again up close. Swing. One more time. Now I'm exaggerating the movement, so that doesn't have to be how it looks with your hand. Usually, actually, it kind of is a little more jumbled when you're doing it. Like you just see a mess of fingers. Let's go. There's your G at the top. We'll start there. It's familiar. Let's go G, down to a C, and then swing, and drop the pointer finger 1 string. Very good. Let's try it again. One more time from the G. C, down 1 string. Swing and drop 1 string. Swing and drop 1 string. So, if you can get to these, you can get to any number of songs that are really, really, really fun to play. And between the chord changes being like such, they're really easy to play. Now, if you've been playing for a while, I'm going to quickly jump through a couple of my favorite shapes with this. Up here, right at the 12th fret, is some of my favorite G-C-D combos. So G right here being kind of an A shape, if you are good with a bar chord. But you take it and you open it up. Let me show you. All right. That one's probably the hardest to grab. Oh, I love that one. Because it leaves this finger open to do some playing with, so you can. Now I'm getting lost. But coming back, short and mark. Bring it in. We're not just playing all here. We got to show some stuff. Favorite G chord. It's so easy to get lost in that, I hope, as you could see. So my favorite C and D to play in this position as well kind of works off of an F shape. So if you know your F, it's kind of another bar chord like this. And so you bring it all the way up here. There's your C. And then your D is just 2 steps up. So there's your C, there's your D. But similar to the G chord, I like to pull it all apart. I'll show you with the D. So in these middle strings, I showed you 2 different ways. You can leave either of them open, and it sounds really nice. Yeah, catch that? So the same thing for this C. So you got the C is, remember, just 2 steps down. Yeah? So there's your C. You don't even have to move it at all. Just slide it up. Now you're at D. And then remember that G. There you go. My favorite positions are down here for simplicity and that nice rooted access. And my favorite positions for kind of playing around in a guitar that sounds a little different. Way up there. Let me know what you think in the comments if you find something. If this kind of engagement with music and guitar speaks to you, check out the videos that I have uploaded. Jump on the website. We have a community that we're growing over there for supportive and courageous musicianship. Courageous being that you're just giving it a try. So thanks for showing up. My name is Mark. Look forward to seeing you soon.